guys, it's me again, Ruowen Huang. It's my pleasure to have Dana again in my page. So I got to challenge her a question. It seems like we always make a short version on Thursday, but we will elaborate it every Tuesday on Clubhouse if any of you are interested. So anyway, so today it's my turn to challenge Dana a question. Dana, welcome you here.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
always pleasure.
Yeah, I was just saying it's so funny. Neither of us are ready, but we are always ready. That we, even though we are not ready, but we always ready. So this is good to have. So Dana, it's my turn today. I'm gonna put you a ticker. There's any of you are interested. Dana is a mindset coach, also subconscious reprogramming, also an author. You can more than welcome to follow her page, and we do this alternatively on each other's wall. But Dana, before I get into the topic, your classes are happening, isn't it?
Next Monday, yes.
Wow.
It's all about anxiety, 5-day free training. And it's on my Dana Ritchie 8 Facebook page. Yeah. So anybody can sign up. It's free 5 days. And thank you for mentioning it. I didn't know.
No, you have to. Is it still the same link that you give it to me, like rebrand?
Yeah, the rebrand one. Yeah.
So I think it's this one, but then,
yes, that's
don't worry, I will put it on the link so many of you can check it out. It's 5-day free experience, it's worthwhile because it's free and it's expensive class free, everybody like opportunity like that, right?
Absolutely.
So, okay, this week, I'm going to put this one on top of the wall next. So today, the question I asked for you is, how does our subconsciousness impact our relationship? I mean, I understand you and me have different definitions. I know.
As you always say, that's a big topic.
Of course. We have to talk about big topic, then we can elaborate it on Tuesday, right?
Yeah. So, so our subconscious, how do I start with that? It impacts it enormously because subconsciously we behave every day 95%. So everything that you have learned until today, you're gonna use in your relationship today. So you have only 5% chance of getting new stuff in. And if you don't use it wisely, that 5% is gonna basically add to the old 95% and strengthen it.
Yeah, because I think during our talk, we had this discussion, sorry, that you and me had different definition of subconsciousness, but then at the end, we
realized that a lot of stuff is very similar. I'll be talking for Ruowen today.
Oh my God, something wrong with my throat this morning. So anyway, so even though we have different definition, but it's working, our result is the same. So your subconsciousness is basically the trauma or something experience that people have at a young age, right?
It's a storage of all memories. So it can be trauma, and it can be also obviously the good things or the neutral things that, happen during the day that's not really eventful. Yeah. So it's all the memories that are sitting in there, waiting to be sent to our present. And they are triggering us. I mean, I don't know where science got this information, but they've been claiming for a couple of years now that 90%, 95% every day we behave subconsciously.
Well, so I mentioned before, in psychic point of view, our subconsciousness is basically, you have your conscious mind running your life, but then you have your subconscious, which can be your higher self that's planning anything. It can be a soul behavior, soul habit, or things like that. So you are actually running based on that. So if your soul have fear, and then your consciousness say, don't look into that fear. I don't need that fear. So what happened is your fear at the end of the day will still run your life, even though your logical mind saying, don't worry about it. It's not going to bothering us. So I think from what you just shared, it seems like it doesn't matter what our definition to subconsciousness, we come to the same conclusion is our life are driven by subconsciousness, right? So now what I'm curious about, like what you do a lot of reprogramming, you help people a lot of reset them. How does people come to awareness? They realize, oh, I have this subconsciousness is driving my life, and I would like to make change of it.
I think that's we talked about it on the Clubhouse a little bit. It's pretty much everything that makes you unhappy. So once you start noticing that you're not happy in your relationship, you're not happy with yourself, you getting angry or you upset or feel guilty about something or stressed, like any emotions, any emotional attachment that you have to those memories is going to show up in your daily life, in your consciousness. So that is how you're going to know pretty easily.
Yeah, well, that's great because, you know, even though we come from different point of view, our process is almost always very similar.
Yes.
Because to us, from a psychic point of view, since you come to this life to overcome your obstacle and then to build a new habit and things like that. So all those things that you have to work on or the thing you have to work toward, it also show up like fear. You worry, you're afraid, you are scared. So we do point it out and, you know, bring to awareness that people have to look into what their feeling is. So if they feel scared, they feel, you know, afraid of something, most likely that's the direction they have to work on. So it's very interesting, you know. As I mentioned it so many times already, it seems like we come from different area, but we always work on the same thing. So, you know, since we know, like to you, if people are unhappy and things like that, they have to work on their subconsciousness. What would your tips for them? Like, oh no, I'm kind of scared, and I don't feel good. I feel low. I have this argument with my husband, and then I come to you. Like, what would be your suggestion?
Well, if we go outside of what I teach, the reprogramming, then basically, if I break it down through the steps, it would be to state the problem, which a lot of us gain the awareness, and same for you, what you do with your stuff, with the psychic stuff. So once you are aware, then you can obviously do stuff about it. I find that reprogramming works really easy because the next step with it is to basically ask your subconscious to delete it. So through visualization and some instructions that you give yourself, or the coach gives you, you release everything, and then you rebuild. So that's the next step. So the rebuilding is a very important part of it, because if you don't rebuild, you still deleted the part that was maybe an issue with your partner or parent. But if you don't rebuild a new good relationship with them, your mind is not going to have a new file in there, a new memory that is positive. And when that person comes across of you, or any situation that is similar, your brain is going to start looking for anything else. So even though you delete it, they might find something that is similar, that is negative from past, and will bring it forward again. So it's very important to do the rebuilding, because then you're sending the new file in, and that's what's going to drive you from the subconscious. So I mean, if you can already visualize, and you have done a lot of self-work, you can really just make it that simple and say, I'm releasing it, and release it. Visualize how you're releasing the situation that you are aware of, or the issue with the person or emotion, and then you rebuild it. That's how you want it to be. I mean, the subconscious reprogramming also uses acupoints to make it much more effective. But this would be the recipe, I think. Delete and rebuild. Delete and rebuild.
It's very interesting. For us, from a psychic point of view, things is always it's some tasks like so new, like they have to work on. So it will continuously surface until you actually resolve it, like find a solution for it or work it. So, in this regard, I guess from my, tiny psychic point of view, we don't really understand. I don't really understand delete. I don't really understand delete. Like we understand certain thing. If it's not relevant to the live task, it can be delete. But if it's like principle task that you have to work on, it's always gonna surface no matter how you procrastinate it, how you push it away. You will have to deal with it. So what I've been coaching for a while, then I find a pattern to know, like whenever people dealing with, life obstacle, trauma, or things like that, people tend to fall into this, perception that I'm all by myself, I'm all alone. But the reality is your higher spirit, which is your subconscious, is never going to leave you in a situation that you are all alone. They most likely will plan people around you to help you. They will plan information around you to help you. They plan things that really help you grow, because understand your soul want to grow. Your soul doesn't want to come to this life and prove I suck. Right? Your soul want to come to this life and shows like, I can do this. So, but what I do realize is when people are in that, negative mood, like you say, they refuse to reach out. So they refuse to ask for help. They refuse to take on any advice. They refuse to try something new. And then instead, they put themselves in this, bubble or something, like they believe I'm all alone. I'm going to die alone. I'm going to die alone sucks or whatever. But if any advice I would give it to anyone is, if you're dealing with life obstacle and then you see, there are situations that you feel stuck and then you don't know what to do next, the next best thing to do is really reaching out. Talk to people, see people, reaching out and ask for suggestion and, see the counselor or something like that. You need someone to help you break through like pattern that you have built for yourself. So in that regard, I would say me and Dana is very similar. You had to break some old habit and then you had to recreate some kind of new habit in order to help you resolve the problem that you're dealing with.
So right now, that's exactly when you said you don't understand the delete, and that's just a different word, because you just said it. You have to break the pattern.
You have to break the pattern,
and you have to rebuild it. So it's the same thing.
Yes,
that's exactly what the deleting means. That means that deleting the emotional part of that particular awareness or situation. So it's totally. But one thing that you always say, and I'm so curious, but when it's always that we are alone. So, but so basically you say not to be alone, we go out and we search for people to help us.
It's not necessarily search for people. Sometimes it would be like a movie that you're watching when you're alone, and the movie give you so much inspiration, or a magazine you happen to flip and then the title is like boom. Right? Or it can be radio station or anything. But what I'm saying is when people are in that mode, most likely there will be help around, like for us to see.
So it's more the signs that when people when we need help, it's almost like surrendering to the belief that whoever's around there to help us, we can not see it, but we can feel it or know what they are giving us. Because I think sometimes when you were saying when people are stuck, they don't see the signs or whoever is around to. So I guess the most important thing is to ask for help and kind of surrender in a sense that you can start seeing those signs a little bit.
For sure. To let help come to us. I have
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, that I was just going to say that also sometimes I notice with my clients over the last decade that when they start looking for signs, then they start interpreting them the wrong way. So I think that the signs are great and they are there, but just for affirmation, not interpretation.
That's right. It's not here to interpret it. It's here to give you a tool. I have a very interesting question here from our audience. I'm going to put it here. How long does it take for rebuilding? 1 year or 3 years?
Oh no, it takes about 10 minutes, but I'm saying that the rebuilding, it's actually very funny. I love the picture too.
Yeah.
It's the rebuilding is very quick, but you have to remember, for me, I am in my out of teens for a long decades ago. So I have built a lot. So I can rebuild like certain situation with, let's say, my mom very quickly, like, you know, in 10, 15 minutes. But then I probably built something else in past 20 years that was maybe with my friends that were female. So then that might need rebuilding. So the rebuilding is gradually, but typically we do 3 months. Like in 3 months, it's a completely new person on weekly. So it's like 12 coaching things. So
I would say 3 months is a good start. You know, it's same thing as 21 days thing, right? Do it every day, then you start creating a habit. To break a habit is really hard, but I would say 3 months is a good start. You would start be aware of what you're doing, and then you're able to catch yourself and correct it quickly. And if you continue this habit, it might take years to become part of you that you don't even notice that. Right.
Yeah. And on that, yes, absolutely. On that Rebrandly, there's about 18 people talking about reprogramming as testimonials, and they can tell you that they lose fear like in few minutes. So it's and that it never comes back and they cannot even pull it.
Yes. So that's great.
So reprogramming is very quick to compare to everything. Else.
So any of you are interested, you know, do check, you know. Hey, Dana, do you realize every time we talk here, it seems like time flies so fast?
I know. It's just 15 minutes. Where on Clubhouse we have so much more.
Any of you are interested to, you know, elaborate the topic or like to join us for the talk, do join us on every Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. PST. We have a regular chat room on Clubhouse that we're gonna elaborate the topic more. But for now, if any of you are interested in Dana's, here you go. Check out Dana's free training next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday.
Well, can't wait. Who worked on Easter Monday? Come on.
I know. I didn't even realize. It's Easter. So my bad. But
no, it's a
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a 5-day free training. Any of you are interested, do sign up, do look into it, you know, then you will understand what kind of delete. Hey, when I was a programmer, I hate delete. My God! You know, it's gone nowhere to be found. Now you make delete sounds like a wonderful thing. Well, I don't like it. Delete you.
Yeah, that's funny because I had this client that didn't like delete either. And so she kept saying, I'm just throwing it away. And then she was going like this. I'm you do that. Actually, surprisingly worked as well. So
it's funny you say that because now I can understand where my delete subconsciousness comes from because, you know, from my experience, I hate delete.
That's funny.
So, well, time's up. You know, we go a little bit over time, but thank you all for joining us. I guess we will see you guys next week at the same time on Dana's wall.
On my wall,
Yes. So we see you guys then. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.